You're so brave, Mariko. If they would want to touch her, you know, to kill her, they would do it. Right there, they're trying to threaten her. And she's ready to fight! Girl! She's not afraid of dying, she's not... You're worried. But clearly they're not trying to attack her or anything like that, like... You're mad, my dear, but you know that you're not enough in front of them. Lady Yoshiba, maybe she can intervene. Huh? You knew it would end like that. You wanted to prove your point about... She wanted to prove the point about the fact that the lords were hostages. She knew it would end like that here as well, also for her. That's the deal that she made with Toranaga. Yes. On the contrary. Please tell us. I felt that you were jealous of her when she married.
She talks about our childhood together. She and I grew up like sisters.
I said she felt like Mariko abandoned her. Until? She fought a war during a long time, another kind of war. You know, in a way, she wants her own revenge, she has her own goals. It's killing me because the writers, they are pushing me to want her to have what she wants, you know, meaning killing herself. But for sure I don't want that. But that's what she wants, so I want what she wants, but I don't want that.
No, I understand. You have nothing to prove to these people. You've made your point. There's no need to die for it. There is suffering made. It is the very reason my father kept me alive.
she's not doing it for her own son. What do you think? And for her, you know, on the contrary, she wants that for her son to re-establish, you know, the name of her family, to honor her father, her name, his name. Oh, I'm divided.
石戸様からご伝言が。石戸様にお仕えする彼に死を免じてもらいたいと申してしかと承ったと。されど一つ条件がある。
Yabushige! Your son.
私戸田真理子明智人妻の娘はこれを時世の句として残します。檜山様、解釈をお願いいたしまする。
I will do it. And there's no place I haven't already known. Let it from your mind.
He's gonna second you.
Please wait until I have fallen.
You know, like for the previous episode, really to second someone who is doing that, it's in fact an act of love. Really? She doesn't have to kill herself? For real?
石田様、私も
Everyone is surprised and relieved. Like, I'm including myself in it. And now they're all gonna want safe passage.
この城に人質などおらん。まだまだ身で自害を盾に取り、お世継ぎな君のもてなしをすると。不届き千万じゃ。
I'm surprised by Ishido's decision. I'm surprised because the consequences of that, you know, accepting for everyone to leave, meaning for the lords to have back their freedom, so maybe to have Toranaga convincing them of other stuff, like... I'm surprised.
私は案ずることはありませんせつ。
It's clearly a beautiful love relationship.
寝ようと思ったんじゃがの、女どもが障子の先を引っ張り出してきよったようじゃ。夜通したわびきで言うらしい。わかりますね。お前も飲め。
An attack during the night. These fucking hypocrites, they are the kings, you know, of oh, bandits attacking, all of that. I knew it was too good to be true. Ishido couldn't accept just like that, and really... Oh, the fucking hypocrite. Ibushige. don't recognize. It was her son? No. It's so dark.
Shinobi, yeah, come for me.
You're gonna die, Mariko, you're gonna die. You just slept with the engine, it was the last time before. No. He's telling her, he's pushing her.
Let it come. 私はケチマリコ。こたびの石堂様の卑劣な襲撃に自らの命を。マリコ様。
For sure. Like really for sure. I'm crying and I'm really like, I knew it. I knew it for sure. It would happen like that. But I'm glad, you know, like, I told you during this intro that I had trouble to imagine what would happen to some characters. Like Yabushige, Fujisama, the engine, Toranaga for sure. I can imagine them into the future. I can imagine what they're gonna do with these characters, the development that these characters are gonna have. But I told you that for Mariko and her husband, I had trouble to imagine something. And I even said that Mariko, the fact that she never gave up on that objective, you know, about killing herself, having the right to kill herself, it was pushing me to think that maybe at some point it would happen, something like that. So here, I quickly understood that, like, we knew that she was there to act for Toranaga, to do something for him. So when she faced these guys, when she refused first Ishido's orders and all, and then when she faced all of these soldiers, you know, at the doors, I was like, everything is on purpose. You know that they're not gonna let you pass, so you want to prove a point, so the fact that everyone here is on a stage, you want to prove that to the lords. You want for all of the families, the big families here, to feel like hostages, to not be hypocrite anymore and to admit it. And after that, you're gonna be humiliated and you're gonna have no choice than to kill yourself. So in fact, your death is gonna serve again your purpose. And Toranaga and you knew all of that. By creating all of that plan, you knew what would happen and how it would end for her, and she was ready to sacrifice herself because in fact it meant that her death would be useful. She wanted to kill herself, and right there she has a right to do it by her lord, and it's gonna be useful. So really she wanted to do it, even if, you know, it was against her religion and that it was so painful for her, even if her son reacted like that because she knew that he didn't understand truly the situation, and also like she's doing all of that for her family at the end, for her father, his name, the honor of her family. So doing it, it's in fact for her son that she's doing it, even if he can't understand it or he refuses it or is not agreeing with it. In fact, she's doing that for him as well. So I knew that she would go for it, and that's why I truly believed that she would kill herself right there, second by the engine. Like I said during that moment, it's an act of love, in fact, to second someone doing that, like it was the case, you know, during the previous episode. And him, he was truly ready to do it. So when Ishido appeared and it didn't happen, I was surprised. I was like, how can it be Ishido? Where does he find, you know, his advantage on that? She's not dead, Toranaga's family is gonna live, everyone right there, all of the lords and their families, they're gonna live as well. Where do you find your advantage here? You're losing on all sides if you're doing that. So when the engine and Mariko slept together, I was really like, it's too good to be true, something wrong is gonna happen. And it really went into my mind during that moment. I was like, they're fucking hypocrites right there in Osaka. At multiple occasions, they acted like bandits, intervened and killed people. At several occasions it happened, so it's gonna happen right there once again. It was a case, and for sure Yabushige, you were involved. It was Mariko's son right there, right? It's cruel, you know. But once it happened, you know, once the bandits began to attack, I knew that it was too late. She would die. And for the writers to do that, you know, to create this episode like that, everything, you know, turning around Mariko, showing that she's smart, she's malicious, then that she's brave, she's facing all of these soldiers, she's strong, then to have her ready to sacrifice herself, to be that brave again, that faithful, that loyal to Toranaga, to herself, to her father, to make us believe that no, she would survive, to make us have hope, to have that night with the engine, you know, them admitting their love for each other, like really going for it entirely, to take her life at the end, like for her to accept her death once again at the end. For the writers, it's brilliant, you know, to write an episode like that. And it's a good homage also to her character, to have really one entire episode about her. And I said what I said about her character, I'm never gonna go back on it. The fact that during the first episodes, I really appreciated her character for all of that mystery around her background, and I was against a love relationship with the engine because I imagined that quickly she would be only defined by that, by being a love interest and that love triangle with her husband. And for 2 or 3 episodes after her background was revealed, it was the case. So, during the intro of this episode, I told you, at least right there she's gonna be useful for Toranaga's plans, so she's gonna have a new role, and I cannot wait to have that for her because I want her to not be just defined by being a love interest. So really for me, that episode being entirely built around her, that episode being written like that to show all of her qualities, that episode being built like that to make us have hope, to make us be desperate, then have hope, then be desperate again, everything is really cool and a good homage to her character. At the same time, it's also a response to my impression that we couldn't go really further with her character. I had trouble really to imagine a future with her character. So for me it's a good end for her with having an entire episode about her and one like that, built and written like that. She's truly dead! Like I was really like, I didn't do all of that analysis about this episode and her death, and in fact she's not gonna be dead. It's not that kind of show, you know, Shogun, to make us think that someone died and in fact no. Right there, like, a door exploded, like she was taken into an explosion. She's dead, I think that she's dead. Toranaga, you gave her what she wanted, the right to kill herself and to have an honorable and useful death. I think that someone like Toranaga planned that even if at some point Ishido would officially accept, in fact, they would get killed during the night, someone like Toranaga for sure is out of it. If Ishido and Yabushige thought of it, Toranaga thought of it. But I'm a little like, you didn't think of it, Mariko? No, because at the end you wanted to fight, to defend yourself. The engine, you didn't think of it, you should have thought of it. It's gonna be a big lesson for you for the future about how these guys are functioning. Because it's not the first time that you can witness something like that, so that's why I'm like, you didn't think of it, but it's not into that culture, that country since so long, so no. It's so logical for him to not think of it. The question of the religion was important during this episode, but not as much as I thought. I really thought, you know, beginning this season, with the first episode and how they detailed all of the subjects that we could explore during the season, I really thought that at some point we would have a religious episode. You know, really an episode to talk about religions and stuff like that. I don't think that it's gonna be with the final episode, the episode 10, but maybe during the season 2. Okay, that was a good episode, that made me cry again. I'm really like, last episode, final episode, maybe we're gonna have another death? Maybe Mariko's husband fighting with Toranaga, giving his life for his lord, because also he lost Mariko, so he's desperate. I can imagine something like that. But I can't imagine another character dying. They all have their importance for the future, and we all need them. And we need all of them. Or maybe on the other side, Ishido, no, I don't think so. Lady Oshiba, maybe? Maybe Lady Oshiba. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right there. It's all for you and for me for this video, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hey.